This is a Shogun 2 ranked battle between me and General Bonaparte. My build consists of, I believe I have 6 red bears. They are vanilla. Then I have my 3 Yoriki, 2 Boki, and General. My opponent has Vermilion Bird Force, super upgraded Royal Marines, also Black Bears, single chevron Black Bears. General, Infanterie de Marine with 5 chevrons, and 3 Yoriki with 2 and 1 upgrades. I have also upgraded my Yoriki. They have 2 melee attack upgrades. So I have more line infantry than my opponent, which is good, I assume. His line infantry is probably going to be, judging by their upgrade level, it's probably going to be 150 range line infantry. And his Yoriki sort of cancel out my Yoriki, but the problem is that this Infanterie de Marine is going to wreck my Black Tortoise and my Yoriki, so I'm just keeping them over here. Taking a few shots. He definitely has 150 range units, and just wrecking the Red Bear infantry, so I have to pull away now. I cannot stand and take that engagement against his Royal Marines. I'm going to get absolutely wrecked. So I'm going to use my Boki and have it be as annoying as possible. Vermilion Bird Force, not the best target for them, I guess, but a very safe target. I'm going to be able to pick at them and do damage without much risk of taking damage in return, because I outranged them. And this is what I like about Boki. Just an annoying unit you can run in and out and not do massive damage like revolver cav or anything, but just do a bit of damage, be annoying, use them for map control, have a bit more mobility and a bit more fun while looking at these line units staring each other down. So my opponent is deploying very wide. He's confident in his Royal Marines there. I'm very glad he didn't put these 2 Infanterie de Marine and the Royal Marines together. But an engagement starts here, and once again I'm just going to start pulling back with my Black Tortoise, because Infanterie de Marine, although they're firing in the forest, they are wrecking my my Black Tortoises. So this is not a good engagement for me. I'm going to send some of my Yoriki over here to support the Boki, get a few shots off on his Yoriki. And against Yoriki, I really like the speed of the Boki. Being able to take down a few cavalry units, I feel that can be so important. When my Yoriki charges in, it's going to allow them to do a lot more damage. And these Boki, they can just keep doing this for days. Getting a lot of kills now, very nice volley, running in and out. When I see my opponent isn't following me, I'm just going to turn around the Boki and give them a quick volley. Ideally, I want to make him follow my Boki, just stay away from the Vermilion Bird Force. And he's losing a lot of Yoriki now. He's lost 19 Yoriki. It's super bad for my opponent. So he's going to move into the forest. I'm not going to follow him there. Well, actually, I changed my mind. I am going to try to skirmish a bit more, because I'm very happy with the damage that I'm doing against this Yoriki. It's going to be less effective in the forest, sure, but at this point, I just want to.
The damned enemy has damned ambushed you, sir.
Keep doing this basically, only getting one kill there, so nothing major. Now I want to pull the Yoriki back into the line of fire from my Red Bear infantry. So I'm trying to set up a line of fire against the Yoriki, but the Red Bears turn around a bit slower than I thought they would. So they're not quite in position when the Yoriki comes in. Although some Yoriki are in range, they're not able to fire at the Yoriki very effectively. Even now that they are straight in front of them, they are not firing. So I'm going to have to use my own Yoriki to charge the enemy Yoriki and try to break them that way, sending the other Yoriki unit in to stop this unit of Yoriki. I think I got the better charge in this engagement.
Your men are running, sir.
Yeah, it looks like I did get the better engagement. This unit broke, wasn't able to do much against the Infanterie de Marine. Didn't expect it to, but it at least held them up for a while. Getting shots off, finishing off 2 units of Yoriki, very important. Now the mobility for my opponent is almost gone. He has his strong line infantry left, but now this is starting to look doable for me. He only has this 1 Yoriki unit left. He's pushing a bit, so I'm just pulling away. I'm going to give him this dojo. It doesn't control all the dojo, so it's fine at the moment. Doing some more damage against his Vermilion bird force. The Yoriki being, I imagine, very annoying now in doing damage to the cavalry and also to these Vermilions. I get too close with my red bears to his Vermilions. Not a good idea. Fortunately, they didn't break completely. Sending the Yoriki around the flanks. I'm just pulling away from the engagement here. I am outmatched in terms of range. Made a micro mistake here and got my Yoriki, my Boki shot up a bit. Lost 10 Boki. Not huge, but an annoying mistake to make for sure. So I see that my opponent just puts his Yoriki over here, and I'm going to happily accept. Over here my red bears are getting wrecked, but it doesn't matter because I am able to get into the Yoriki and destroy it. And cavalry engagements are just so decisive in this game. I mean, the unit is getting absolutely destroyed on the charge by my own upgraded Yoriki. So again, charging into the rear of the Vermilions. Very depleted unit of Yoriki, but I should be able to take out this unit with it. At least I hope I will, when firing and when it's under friendly fire. So it's wavering, and now it's broken. So I hope I'll be able to shatter it by firing arrows into its backs. But it looks like I'm not really able to do that. Was able to take out the Yoriki with my own Yoriki, only lose 17 Yoriki on that unit. So very nice. This unit is going to capture the farmhouse, which is going to be nice for my Boki and for my Yoriki, I imagine, in terms of speed. So my opponent is starting to push. I still have a lot of line infantry left. I have quite a few cavalry units left. 2 units of Yoriki, 2 units of Boki. And with those units, I am just going to continue to try to be as annoying as I can. He's making a push now with his Royal Marines in the center, but they have lost a lot of their support. So I'm going to move into the forest now to reduce the damage taken on my units, while I use my cavalry to chip away at his depleted units. Taking some unnecessary shots here, and that's probably going to it's going to break this unit. So again, a bit of miss micro there. I wasn't able to turn them around in time to shoot at this unit of Vermilions. More arrow fire incoming from Boki. More damage done to the Vermilions. And now here I have local superiority, so I'm going to try, while these units are zoned out and away, I'm going to try to surround this Royal Marine. It doesn't have great line of sight here. It can get off some volleys, but nothing huge at the moment. So while this unit is taking the fire, these 2 units are able to flank the Royal Marines because they're alone. So maybe my opponent overestimated his Royal Marines a bit here, because these red bears are going to be able to move in and do a lot of damage. And with this second unit moves in, the Royal Marines are going to be in big trouble. So hopefully I'm going to be able to finish off the unit of Royal Marines before the support comes, because I'm about to get surrounded here. But as this happens, because I still have my cavalry units, still have my Yoriki and my Boki, I can rush in the Yoriki. They might take some fire here, but it looks like these Vermilions are not going to be able to turn around in time. Getting a good charge on the Vermilions, chasing after his general, doing some damage to the general. The Royal Marines in the center are getting shot to pieces. I have a lot of line infantry in the forest here that I'm able to hold off these units with. And I see that my Yoriki isn't doing as well as I expected against the Vermilions. So I'm going to try to chase the general away just slightly. Give him a volley from this red bear. At least I think that's what I did. Well, maybe I forgot to do it. I intended to do it, but maybe they broke just before I managed to give the order. Yeah, they broke before I managed to do it. So just as my Yoriki is wavering, I managed to give the Vermilions a rear charge. Very important, and this should destroy the Vermilions. Here I have several units firing into the Black Bear infantry, taking down a lot of Black Bears. And my Yoriki was able to finish off the enemy unit, still combat effective. Half strength, but I can still get some rear charges done with this unit. Here his Royal Marines are outranging my units, breaking the Red Bears. But I'm going to be able to just make it into his general with my Yoriki, do a lot of damage to him on the charge, and that also allows me to fire at the enemy general with the Boki and keep doing damage to him. So killing the enemy general is going to be very important here. And he is about to bite the dust. Tried to pull out, but he got caught, got pulled back in. And now the enemy general is dead. I'm doing friendly fire, but it doesn't matter because I managed to kill the enemy general. So I have my Boki, I have my general, and there are only these. This Infanterie de Marine is doing well. It's 148 men, so it's basically not lost anything. But these Royal Marines, so depleted, Black Deer's depleted, and Vermilion Bird Force very depleted. So things are starting to look good for me. I'm going to try to use my Boki to skirmish a bit, but again I underestimate the range of these Royal Marines, and I take some shots. Luckily I wasn't in any real danger. So running my Boki around, he's going to move away from the forest, which is a good idea by him, since I'm going to have the advantage in the forest engagement. But 84 men left, 57 men left, 121 men left. Although I have a few units over here as well, 134 and 68. They are probably going to do well against this, against the depleted Royal Marines and the Black Bears. But if I'm not careful around this unit of Infanterie de Marine, I have a bad feeling that they're going to be able to, with their great reload and accuracy, I have a feeling they're going to be able to wreck my units if I'm not careful. So I'm going to rush the Boki over and take the shrine, to reduce the morale of the enemy. He's getting a morale buff from the shrine. So if I take the shrine, it's both going to increase my morale and it's going to reduce the enemy morale, which at this point is super useful. Useful at any point, but with all of these depleted units, I really need all the help I can get. So trying to just keep this Black Bear away with my Boki for a while, so I can dismount and capture the dojo. And very close to capturing the dojo at the moment. Looks like my opponent might have forgotten about this unit for a while, but now he's going to start moving it again. And in the forest here, the Black Bear is just holding off my Boki. They're going to be so slow now, very tired, and they're not going to be able to make it over here in time. I'm going to be able to capture the shrine. And now it's just a matter of surrounding these units. I'll fast forward for a bit until something starts happening. He's making the push on the dojo. I'm also making the push over here. I want to create sort of a defensive formation. I'm able to get into the Royal Marines, get a few shots off with my Red Bears. They have increased morale now, while the Royal Marine morale is not going to be great. I don't have a completely clear line of sight here, but I am able to break the Royal Marines. Over here, the Royal Marines are wrecking my Boki, but this is actually good for me because it allows my Black Tortoise to get some clean shots off into the flanks of this Infanterie de Marine. And it also gives me the time to move up with several units here, so I can always keep pushing in more units against the Infanterie de Marine. Still a very strong, very dangerous unit with 130 men left. So I'm going to move up the Black Tortoises. And my opponent is in a disorganized line, but is able to start firing now. My units are not firing for some reason. I don't really know why. I don't see why they start firing, but they were very slow in starting firing. So they are getting wrecked by the Infanterie de Marine. Over here I was able to get the best shots off with my Red Bears against his Vermilions. And also I'm getting some flanking shots off with my General, which is probably going to be enough to break this unit when they are engaged frontally as well. So I've lost 2 units here now due to fire from the Infanterie de Marine. They're just massacring this Red Bear. So this is what I feared. The Infanterie de Marine just wrecking all of my remaining units. But I have my General free now. I have an additional unit of very depleted Red Bears here. I'm taking damage on this Red Bear, but this unit in the center here is doing fine. It doesn't have a clear shot at these Infanterie de Marine, but they are slowly whittling them down. The problem is that I really don't have a lot of troops. I have these depleted units, so I'm trying to get a better line of sight here. And I'm able to get a much clearer shot on the Infanterie de Marine here. So my Red Bears are going to start killing the Infanterie de Marine, while my General is moving back into the rear. And what I hope here is that my opponent is going to turn around his Infanterie de Marine, so I'm able to fire into his units either with my General or with these units over here. So it does look like it's going to start moving his units, which is going to give me some free shots. Some free shots with my General. My General took a few volleys, so I'm going to send him away from there. But this has allowed my other units to get many shots into the Infanterie de Marine, and it's a GG. So definitely a battle that hung in the balance. I made a lot of mistakes. Shogun 2 Micro is a lot different from Rome 2 Micro, which I quite like. I like that you get punished for decisive mistakes and for this micro, like my opponent getting his Yari key charged by my Yari key and just losing the unit. It's very nice to see stuff like that. It makes it very rewarding. So let's have a look at how my units did. Again, Yari key does well. No stellar performances from the other units. And my opponent had 2 Yari key, and then he had, let's see, 2 elite units. Infanterie de Marine rank, I think is rank 5, and Royal Marines rank 6 maybe. Vermilion Bird, Black Bear, and he also had a Saber Cavalry that I didn't even see. Maybe it was taken out by Yariki, I think it was. So he had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 line infantry. I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 line infantry. So that definitely helped me, even though, I mean, the kills he gets on his Infanterie de Marine and his Royal Marines, just massive kills, but ultimately it wasn't enough because the rest of his army, mainly his cavalry, did next to nothing. So, really fun battle, intense battle, hung in the balance. I'm just having so much fun with Shogun 2. Strength and honor.